So today we're going to be designing the circuit board, and we've already laid out where all the parts go, so we just need to do the traces. That can be one of the longest parts of a circuit board, so it may take all of tonight plus some, but we'll see. So, but if you have any ideas, thoughts, or suggestions, please let me know. All right. Let me go turn the music back on. All right, so everything's on here in the place that it will be and it will fit. We just have to get everything wired up. And since the board's providing, or the TNC is providing the power, it should be all right. Hold on. Let's just make sure everything's on the right side. Yep. There we go. I have to get used to using this one again. All right, so the controller board's underneath. And our circuit board is the right thickness, so that looks good too. All right, perfect. So typically when you're doing these, it's best to do either a ground or power, probably both first. Just so you can intentionally draw like a good solid path back to ground. And normally, like for most of the stuff I do, it's not that big of a deal, but the data stuff, the data lines on these neopixels can be kind of high speed. And so as a result, you want them to have pretty good grounding around them to keep them from any interference. So I guess let's start with that. Let's just go ahead and draw ground traces everywhere. And then we'll probably fill the region with ground anyway, but that'll just make sure that we aren't relying on those polygon pores. I don't actually remember how to do, where's the trace? Route. All right, let's see here. We wanted to do ground. What grounds are on this side of the teensy? That's VCC. Are they not all... There's a ground. I thought there'd be more than that. Hold on. It's never straightforward. Yeah, okay, here's my problem. I've got ground pins here, but none of them are actually connected to anything. So that was a fail. So one quick change here then. Just drop that there and drop that here. All right, everything else should be connected to grounds in various places, right? Yeah, just that, and that doesn't need it. Okay, cool. So let's... There it is. Validate. Looks good. Update PCB document. Okay, now we have grounds. That's very important. All right, so now we can do traces. Ah, that's not good. Like I said, this is always the longest part. Routing is so particular and how exactly you do it. And so one of the things you need to avoid is acute. You don't have to avoid, but people will tell you to avoid is acute angles. It's not that important anymore because technology has progressed. But at one point in time, an angle tighter than 90 degrees in a trace had a risk of, during manufacturing, of breaking that trace due to something called an acid trap. And nowadays, the equipment they use to manufacture this stuff is so much better that that's not really a problem. I'm going to go wider on these, like 30. Just because I like the grounds to be solid. We're going to use pretty thick traces for the power as well, just because that's going to be possibly have to carry a lot of current. We could probably double check that actually. Also, I don't know what these red dots are. It's an error of some kind. Validate. Let's see what errors it gives. Nothing. All right. I like how it still says 10 mil on them. Greater than 10 mil. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. As stated, I will change my mind several times in the middle of doing this because of how complicated it can be. We're going to cut that. We're going to do the 5-volt traces first. And we're going to put the ground on the other side and run vias to everything. That'll be arguably better. Why is it doing that? Width constraint. Target width is 10 mils. Interesting. So this is just has a constraint that says everything needs to be 10 mils. Interesting. All right, well, good to know. All right, we're going to figure out how to change this. Home design rules. We're looking for something called, there it is. All right, there's guaranteed to be a lot of these. So in routing, width. All right, hold on a second. So the place we're going to use to make these is called JLC PCB. They'll have posted their somewhere their capabilities. That's what they are. Yep. Next dimension 400 by 500. Wow, that's pretty big. So we're looking for a width, trace width and spacing. A 1 ounce copper. So the minimum is 5 mils. There probably isn't a max, so we can go for as big as the board if we want to, basically. And then what about the spacing between? What's minimum spacing? Is also 5 mils. Okay, so 5 mils thickness, 5 mils spacing. So we can set that to 5. And then I know I want to use larger traces on some things, so I'm going to set this up to 50. Okay. Apply. And then is there a spacing option? Routing, fan out control, corners, layers, priority, topology. Doesn't look like it, at least not an obvious one. All right, that's okay though. We'll make sure and abide by that. So apply that, hit OK. And now we can make these 30 mils without a problem. No more errors. Cool. All right, so there's our first trace. So I'm going to make the 5-volt ones pretty thick because they're going to be carrying a lot of power. These neopixels use a ton of power. So we need to make sure we can supply that. How's it going, book? Hold on. Let's take that one out. Now let's go the other way. Let's go this way. There we go. Oops. There, that looks better. All right, same thing here. You know, I didn't even bother checking if that was big enough. It should be, but let me just check right now. Trace width calculator. All right, so we have 1 ounce copper. 0.06 amps. Sorry. Required trace width 0.635 mils. All right, so by doing 30 mils, I think we're well over that. Nice. Okay. The upside too of larger traces is that they hold up better to any kind of damage or anything. The downside is they're tougher to solder to because they dissipate more heat. But these aren't going to be that big because they're pretty short, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. That's the resistor. All right, so we can go ahead and run this line. Now the data lines, I'm actually going to keep pretty small because the bigger the trace is, the more copper there is that has to be driven high and low. And because this is a fast data line, it's actually a little better if it's tiny or smaller. So I'm just going to stick with the 15 mils that it seems to be using. All right. And then this is a power line, so this is going to have to come over and down. Let's see what 30 looks like. Yeah, pretty big. That's all right. All right, that might be excessive, actually. We can do 20. Okay. Weird how this is not showing needing to be connected to anything. I think that means that's something else that needs to be changed on our schematic. So 3v3 is VCC. Okay, so that is connected. But it's not showing up here. Interesting. All right, let's go look at this again. What pin are we on for this? 24. Pin 24 is right here. So it exists, it's just not connected to anything. That is odd. All right, we'll come back to that. We can't forget that though. All right, 5 volts needs to go there. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the data lines. Because those will be the next easy one. Two, three, four, five. All right, that one doesn't need to go anywhere. Cool. All right, so we're getting there. All right, so now for the power. This positioning is really annoying, the way this via is positioned. I guess we can go ahead and do this one though. All right, that one's good. I just have to get 5 volts connected to everything. All right, let's see here. I think the thing that makes the most sense is to start with. Usually there's a... That's not it. I need to route the bottom layer. All right, let me look up the instructions here. Okay. Let's take this one, shift down. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this wrong. I forget how Circuit Maker works sometimes. Just click on bottom layer and didn't do it. There we go. Okay. So we can drop this in right here. Let's put it about right there. Hold on. Go back. I'm going to learn how to do this as I go. Hopefully y'all are having a good Tuesday. I know mine was very busy. There we go. Let's see. It was alright. It was just a lot of work. Lots of fun deadlines. There we go. I think that'll be okay. There's a little bit of a angle there, but it'll be fine. Alright, and since it's going to 2 of them, we'll actually increase the size of this trace to like 50. It's going to be carrying quite a bit of power, so. Alright. We're getting there. What's next? I think same thing. We have to go the other way over here. Draw a trace underneath and then pop some vias up. Alright, let's see here. Let's drop the first via like right here. And then, well, hold on. All right. Let's drop that right there. Okay. And then top layer. Interesting. And we definitely don't need a trace 50 mils wide for this, so change that to 30. I'm working on getting some new music. I think about this every time because we listen to the same music over and over again. But it's on my list of things to do now. I've actually officially put it on the list of things to do. And hopefully that will make this a little less boring. Alright, and then we need to go farther on the bottom layer. To maybe like right here. And then this needs to become 30 mils. Then all right, there we go. All right, so we have a power trace underneath there running to certain things, but that should be all right. And we got caps to handle everything. So now our power's mostly wired up. I just realized too that this one isn't, so we need to do that. That's 5 volt as well, and this is going to be really low powered, so we can keep this trace pretty small. Wow, that's really close to that, actually. Maybe we'll drop this right here. And then I'm probably going to do 15. Just like the others. All right. Cool. I still haven't figured out our 3 volt problem. Why this isn't showing up as needing to be routed, but I guess that's okay for now. All right, so now we need to figure out grounds to everything. That should, in theory, not be too hard, but and the way I'm doing this is I'm basically just running traces to everything, but then I'm going to fill it in with a polygon pour anyway. This just ensures that there's a solid, like, short path to ground for everything. Oh, I forgot about the data line here. We should probably take care of that. All right, getting close. Should be around on this. Yeah, here it is. This one we can make use of. All right, what are we missing? These ones are going to be tricky. I didn't realize how tricky I had made it. There we go. So this might look kind of ridiculous, especially like the screw holes and stuff like that, like routing all of this ground, because the reason is it's really not that necessary. It's just to ensure that when I do, what I'm going to do is fill in this plane and make everything ground effectively, so it'll connect to everything. I'm just trying to make sure there's a good like direct path to ground for each part. Make sure I'm not like creating some big loop or something. Okay. I think that's everything except this, the 3v3 line. I still don't know what the deal is with that. All right, well, I'm going to draw a trace and connect it, because I know it has to, but I just wish I know what I was doing wrong there. Wow, the way I positioned this 5-volt line is actually going to make this kind of weird. Hold on. There's more than one 3-volt line, right? No, that's it. Okay. Pin 24 is it. All right, so we got to use that somehow. All right, let's do it this way then. Up. And over. And down. And over. And back up. And here. Look at that. That should be acceptable. It's not the best ever, but it should work. All right, and then I think this thing is wanting me to connect the grounds together too, which is odd, but okay. Well, it will when I do the polygon. All right. Circuit maker pour. Let's do ground pour. Ground plane. Polygon pours are used to also referred to as card pours. Place the polygon, select the selected layer, click on a home, pour, polygon pour, click on the image. All right, so I'm going to give this my best attempt. I don't know if we did this on the MIDI. We probably did, right? No, you know what? Let's try that again. Let's do closer to the inside here. Try to make sure I have some clearance. I think my board outline's messed up. We'll come back to that, but we need to fix that. It needs to be square. All right. And that goes there. Okay. Come on. Ground. Upper ground plane. Okay. Report now. There we go. I really appreciate it not like pouring over the traces that I've already created. Ugh. Why did it not do that? Just left him like completely cut out, but still connected him to the ground plane. All right, well, we can see that at least it used thermals everywhere. So you can see it's not just directly connected, but it uses posts off every side. That'll make soldering a little easier. I need to get rid of these traces though, because repour now. This is ridiculous. All right, this might take a bit. I wonder why they did that. Would have figured it would have went ahead and poured over anything that has the same name. It's typically how... Okay. I've not used Altium a whole lot or Circuit Maker, but I've used Eagle a bunch, and that's how that worked. I guess I was just trying to leave it alone in case you have an intentional ground like route or something. All right, I think we're good. Okay, and then I think I was going to do the same thing underneath. Although this is pretty well connected, I'm not too worried about it. I do think... Hold on. Let's check out the spacing. Let's do 10. 5 mil is the limit. How's that look? All right, that didn't change much. Just increase the spacing a little bit. All right. Pour over all same net objects. That's the setting I wanted. Does that mean what I think it means, though, that there's going to be... I think it does. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, so it did pour over that one. We can remove that, though. All right, good to know. All right, let's do the bottom layer now. We'll turn this one off. So same thing on the bottom layer. And actually, I need to fix the board dimensions really quick. Come on, zoom out. You can do it. There we go. For the most part, it was correct. It just wasn't correct in that one little corner. There we go. All right, more correct. If I turn this top layer back on, we should be able to see, yep, the polygon's still there. All right, so we're going to do the same thing in this bottom layer. And we're going to go 25 mils inside everything. Pouring this everywhere too will help give us a good like ground plane to protect against interference from stuff. There we go. All right, we want this to be ground. Okay. Oh, I probably need to adjust the spacing on it. How's it going, Beth? We're drawing out the circuit board right now. So as far as I can work out, changing that setting increases the amount of space between the trace and the polygon. Let's try 15, see what happens. Nope. Okay, so my assumption is wrong there. Let's go with 10. Remove dead copper. Shouldn't be any on this layer. I thought there was a way to do this, but I don't see a setting that would change that. I guess it's just going to go off of the enforced spacing, which seems to be 10 mils, but we can check that though. Clearance. Yeah, everything's 10 mils. Interesting. So we can do general stuff, and then we can do very specific things. All right, 10's good enough. Our the company that's making these can go down to 5. So if we leave it at 10, we're not pushing anything. Okay. Ugh. You know, honestly, I thought this would take longer, but I guess it does because we always have to look it over at the end and make sure that everything looks good. So here's the top layer and this wonderful bright orange on top of the blue. Let me turn the blue off. And then I wonder if I can hide this polygon. This board. Okay. Oh, it's marked red. Alright, that seems to make it a little better. So everything else looks good. This is still not connected. What happened to that? Okay, I accidentally deleted something. Or no, I think it is. If I turn on the blue. Okay, yeah, it's connected underneath. Okay. So that looks good. All of our naming seems to be right. Our text is okay. Oh, somebody reminded me last time I need to fix the commands thing. Or no, it was working. I remember now. It just sends it to you in your inbox. All right. So I need to add the name in here. Can I assign this to a net? Because that would be ideal. Inachus project. All right, if I pour this polygon, it just leaves some space in there. That's cool. All right, let me lock this in place. Go. Then I will adjust this. Let's take this. All right, what's the stop layer? I forgot. It's not paste, it's not overlay. Is it solder? I think that's what we did. Okay. And then if I look at this, 2825, 955. So 2825, 955. Lock that in. Okay. So that should put it right over top. So look at the top solder. Yep, it shows up. Okay. So that'll give us that chrome lettering that worked so well last time. And then I need to put the name of it somewhere. So text. Just drop it right in here. Neopixel sign base or something. All right, we'll slide that over a bit. There we go. There, lock that in place. Okay. Let's turn off that and then turn it back on. There we go. Now it's poured correctly. Is there a tiny little... Okay, I thought it did a tiny little line there. It's like, don't do that. All right. So we'll copy this. And then we'll drop it down here for a second. I changed the layer. Top solder. Okay, and then what's this one at? 94585. So we'll do 945. Oh, it won't let me move it. Odd. $945 and 85. There we go. And that will show up. Yep. Okay. Cool. So now this is all routed. Everything is looking pretty good. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. Because that honestly went faster than I thought it would. Should probably save it. All right, let's see. I think everything's pretty much good there. I guess next thing's next. We can get a list of parts and let's try and price it out and see, in addition to submitting this item for a quote, see if there's any like surprises we need to consider in the cost. Let's save this to the server. All right, and then generate outputs. Ugh. Ooh, excuse me. Taking it a second. Hopefully it's not killing the internet. All right, I want let's see. I want to export the step file, Gerber files. I want the drill files. I want a bill of materials. Let's see what happens when I choose to configure this. I want a CSV. I was hoping to give me a place to export them to. Let's see, maybe I can see where this stuff came out last time. Hold on. It exported this stuff to a random like temp data file last time, so I want to see if I can pick where it goes. I don't know if I have an option here. All right, well, let's just generate them at least so I can have them. I want to figure out how much this is going to cost to get everything. And if everything is in stock too. Wouldn't see any issues with any of these parts, but you never know. All right, so that's supposedly done, and they've showed up probably in a random place. Okay, I've got all the outputs. I found them. They're in weird formats, not the formats that I thought I picked. So let's try this again. It is CSV. but it gave me an XML. That's annoying. Oh, maybe it's under a different... Oh, I think I found it. All right, here we go. All right, give me a sec. I'll pull it up. Then we can check it out and start looking at if it's available. Okay, this definitely didn't open right. Here, I'll at least show you all. This is the most broken spreadsheet. So let's try that again. See if I can fix my options here. You're supposed to be able to use quotes and CSVs to keep it from delimiting everything. But it's not detecting that or something. Oh, wait. All right, closer. Okay, I think that's right. There we go. And this one is a weird value. Let's see if we can do... Is there some kind of text to columns on this? Because I just want the part numbers, but I guess I can search these. All right. So I think first things first, we just get the parts for the board, and then we can see how much that part's going to cost, and we can get everything and see and get that working before we start ordering all the other parts too. Hopefully this will take me to the right part. Looks like it does. 17,319 in stock, and they're expensive. And how many do I need? Oh yeah, because they were huge capacitors. 100 microfarads. Yeah, that's why. Ouch. So $5 for that. This next one doesn't have the actual part number. I remember it being a pack though of them. All right, what is this thing? It was an Adafruit part number, I thought. Hold on, we can find it. Okay, it was these. So 1655. So we need to make sure, let's see, let's just stuff by Adafruit, please. And then we'll sort by part number. Here it is, 1655. All right. They have plenty in stock. They're only $4.50, so that's not too horrible. So I think I should plan for making at least enough for like 2 boards. So 2 boards plus 20%. Oh, that's a lot though. That's annoying. Maybe just 2 boards. We'll start with that. If it's really cheap, maybe we'll order more. So 4.5 plus, what was the last thing we went to? Give me a sec. Here it is. So 10 of them would be $5.53. So plus 5.53 plus, what else do we need? So here's our running costs so far of parts. Those are, I think, well, we got the teensies too, so those are the more expensive parts. Probably only get 1 teensy to start. Just because it costs so much. All right, need 2 of these. Really? All right, so 2 of those would be 66 cents. And then we need 1 or 2 of these resistors. So 10 cents each, so 20 cents. Might as well just get 10. So 57 plus 0.57. Plus we need 4 of these other resistors. Might as well just get 10 of those as well. So plus 0.75 equals $12. And then a teensy. Let's see what our options are. 12 items. Okay, I think this is the one that was on the that I picked, but I want the headers too. I don't care if I have to solder them on myself. Man, I feel like headers are cheaper than that. So $21.88. They have 500 in stock immediately. I might have some headers around here from the last project that I can use too. Nah, I'll order more just to be safe. So $21.88. Equals $33.89. And then we need to find some headers. All right, in stock, active. One row. And then I gotta figure out. It should be the standard spacing. Oh wait. 0.1 inches. Man, there's a lot of these. Just want normal ones. And I really want them to be as small as possible anyway, so these Samtech ones will probably work just fine. All right, I think this works. Headers for LS or Coyote? LS, definitely. I'm going to swap it into my Camry. All right. Is 50 enough for... Should be enough for single board. I'm wondering if it's enough for two. Not quite. There's a few extra pins. Although I guess we don't have to put down everything if we don't want to, but... I feel like I should be able to find them cheaper than this, though. Hold on. Oh, that's wrong way. Not much cheaper. All right, these Samtech ones win then. And I'm just going to look at this data sheet real quick just so I can get an idea of how... Oh, that's just how you place them. All right, well, that should be good enough. Let me go ahead and save this. Cool. And so what does the cost of this? $374. So our total cost comes out to $37.63 times 1.06 for tax. So almost $40 plus shipping. It's gonna be another $5. So $44. All right, next step. How much is this board gonna cost us? Let's see. What are our dimensions? We said 4,100 mils. All right, so this will be able to tell us. How tall is it? By 1,100. 4,100 by 1,100 mils. All right, we're gonna do FR4, 2 layers, inch. We're gonna do 100 inches by 100 inches. 4.1 by 1.1. Well, that's significantly cheaper than the $290. 5 is the lowest we can do. One design. Single PCB. Thickness 1.6. We went green. Is blue more expensive? No. What about black? Oh, they have purple now? Does anybody have an idea what color I should do? Oh, apparently I have the fastest shipping on too. Let's just drop that down a little bit. If anyone has a suggestion on a color, let me know now. Purple? I'm thinking purple as well. That's a new one. That would be awesome to try. I feel like yellow would look dumb, red would look cheap. Maybe not cheap, but just not good for the project. Black would be cool. White would probably be hard to look at. Blue would look good. I wish plaid was an option. I really do. Like, there's a business there, right? Plaid. Let's just buy a bunch of equipment in a warehouse and start manufacturing US made PCBs and make sure they're all plaid. Fully test. How much does it cost to confirm the production file? 54 cents. Yeah, I'm going to confirm it. $2 to remove the order number. Well, that's annoying. Fine. We'll leave it. All right. This is always ends up being the expensive thing. But lead free Enig is expensive. $23. Yeah, we'll just go with lead free. Hope for the best. So $6.94. If I use the long shipping, it's like $1. Yeah, I'm gonna go with FedEx. It'll never get here if I use one of these. I'm pretty sure. So $6.94 plus $9.80 for shipping. $16.74. All right. And I think that's everything else I want. I don't have any gold fingers. We're just going to do 1 ounce. How much does 2 ounce cost? A lot. Wow. $60 suddenly. Also, there are very few people who choose that. Thus, it takes longer to get enough such orders on a panel, and there will be an extra charge. Extra $35 for special process. Build time 3 more days. We recommend you change purple color to green. So if I do green, does it get cheaper? It does. All right. Oh, interesting. When you pick green, you can say you don't want to test. But if you pick purple, it has to test. I wonder if they're not sure about their circuit boards yet on purple. If they don't have enough production data to show that it's high quality. All right, advanced options. Ease, appearance, quality, your remark. Yeah, that's all fine. Free surface mount assembly. They need to have the parts in stock to do it, though. I'm not going to use a stencil. This is all going to be hand solder, so... I suppose it would be really helpful for me if the neopixels could already be placed. But I would have to pay for a bunch of them. Let's see if they have it, though. I'm just curious. What we say it was, Adafruit 1655. Nope, no results. Yeah, I'll be doing that part myself. Oh well. All right, well, a lot of good work done tonight. I think I'm at kind of a stopping place here. I need to, obviously, ordering is stuff I have to do off stream. I don't like using credit cards when I'm streaming. Uh, so I guess I'll have to figure out what to do next time too. I guess we can start looking into writing the software while we're waiting on this. I can try and get these ordered maybe tomorrow night. It'll take them a while to get here though. At least a week probably for everything to show up. All right, well, I'll figure out something to do, or maybe I'll just have a break from streaming and I'll work on some other stuff. So don't be surprised if that happens, but I'll try my best to keep everybody up to date on Twitter, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. Oh, you know what? We probably need to keep working. Actually, next time we'll keep working on the model. We'll try and figure out how we order the acrylic and how we're going to do that exactly. And then look around 3D printing companies. Unless I can find somebody with a 3D printer. All right. Well, thank you all for your time tonight. And this is fun. We got a lot done, and I'm surprised we got this whole board routed in one sitting. Usually this stuff is just so like, you start working on it, then you keep wanting to change things and adjust stuff. This wasn't too complex, but if you get something that's really complicated, it'll take forever to do that part. All right, I will see you all later.